Excellent. Okay. So you could say that's pretty much a summary, isn't it, of the whole of Galatians, these last few verses. So what I thought we'd do is go through the verses one at a time, and then I'm going to ask questions to get everybody thinking, rather than me just like a pedagogue sat here telling you what I've researched. Anyway, okay, so let's have a look. Verse 10, therefore as we have opportunity, let us do good to all, especially to those who are of the household of faith. Now, I have looked for the first time actually at Wesley's notes. Yeah. So, and he says, with regard to this section, as we have opportunity, he says, at whatever time or place, and in whatever manner we can. The opportunity in general is our lifetime, but there are also many particular opportunities. So that's the opportunity side of things. And then he says, with the next clause, let us do good to all, or I've got in the, I think it's in the King James, unto all men, neighbours or strangers, good or evil, friends or enemies, but especially to them who are of the household of faith. For all believers are but one.
Are but one?
Are but one. Guess what word he would use? Have a guess. All believers are but one. I'll give you a clue. It begins with F.
Faith?
No.
Family.
Yes, family. Yeah, very good. Excellent. Okay, so I just wanted to focus on that then, opportunities. I mean, Wesley does say that opportunities arise, and one opportunity is our whole lifetime. But I don't know personally in what situations you find or you are able to capitalise opportunities to do good. Because we have the opportunity, don't we? We're here together. We do good to one another. But, you know, Paul is saying here, the good is towards all in this first half, isn't it? It's not just to fellow believers, to the family of Christ. So, how could you seek out opportunities to do good to others? Or have you found that in your own life, work? Because they are opportunities not just to do good, but to do what? To show the love of Christ, to be a testimony to Jesus, to be a witness. Paul elsewhere talks about how the unbelieving mate, the wife, I think it's Peter? Peter says that she can be won over without even a word, without even having to explicate the gospel, because you're living it. So it gives us something to think about, doesn't it? About opportunities to do good. Can you think of any? Of how you managed to manifest the gospel in your life, other than just with family, that spiritual family? Because it's part of the, I suppose, evangelism, isn't it?
Shall I say?
Yeah, you want to say something? I can see you.
Well, from before preaching and telling people the good news, not just in a formal way, but I've been at work and there's certain occasions have arisen, and that is the best gift really that you could give someone, to give someone the good news, to tell people about Jesus, and that's happened with me. Informally and formally, where you've just been able to lift someone, or even someone that already is a believer, to just give the gift of words of comfort from the scriptures.
Mm.
That's one thing.
Yeah. I mean, see, having been Jehovah's Witnesses, the big accusation, and it was a fair accusation that was made against us, is that you people do nothing for charity, for people in need. All you do is knock on doors. You don't do any good for anybody else. You don't bring light, charity. So it's something to think about, isn't it? I don't know, how do you find it like at work, Christine, with, you know, because it's difficult, I suppose, when it's in a teaching capacity, but like with other colleagues, yeah.
Well, opportunities do arise. It's difficult really, because it's difficult in some ways, because the temptation is to isolate yourself a little bit from, you know, perhaps situations that aren't the kind of situations that you want to be in, you know, when talk isn't perhaps how, you know, at lunch times and so on, the kind of talk that you would want to be involved in and so on. But there are opportunities, and what I do find is that people do come and ask me and talk to me because they know I'm a Christian, and I think those opportunities are good ones. So when people perhaps are in need or just need a listening ear, or perhaps just want prayer or something like that, or, you know, somebody to pray for them, not necessarily with them but for them, then they will come and seek me out. But perhaps those are the opportunities more than
Yes, I think maybe sometimes creating opportunities could be a bit it could be a bit manipulative, but I mean, if we're about spreading the gospel, surely we're going to try and find ways to mention it, not that we'll become almost a pest, you know, which you can end up being if you're not careful, is that you'll give them the idea that you're kind of some kind of fanatic. But looking for ways at work, instances where the gospel can make a difference in somebody's life.
Yeah, I mean, I think you've got to keep in mind, if you're a Christian, that whatever job or profession you do, or even if you just like go into the corner shop to buy, you know, a bottle of milk or something, you're coming with an agenda that is a good agenda. You know, it's not a kind of deceitful agenda, but you're going through life with the kind of idea that your sole purpose for interacting with non-Christians is to witness to them, to glorify God in everything that you do. And so sometimes I think it can be as simple as learning to make the most of opportunities and looking for opportunities. You know, I think if you're willing to be used by God, God will create opportunities for you. If you're not willing to be used by God, if you're afraid of men, or if you're unwilling because it might make you unpopular, or whatever the reason is, God may not give you the opportunities he would otherwise give you.